doing discourse analysis. I hope all of you enjoy the process of doing discourse analysis, and in this time, I'd like to continue my explanation about one aspect in doing discourse analysis, that is about the setting of communication. Exactly, that is about the setting or the location or the context of situation in which you can observe or record the data for your analysis. One of the important settings in doing discourse analysis is in the classroom. In the class, there will be many kinds of activities that can be observed or recorded in order to get data for the work of discourse analysis. You can concentrate on the teaching activities, the conversations between the teacher and the students in the class, from the way the teacher explains the materials, the lessons in the class, and also the way the student asks or answer the questions of the teacher. Another activity is in the form of group discussion. Some of the teachers or lecturers like to apply group discussion in the class. The teacher gives one topic for one group and let the group discuss about the topic, and they will report in front of the class. Also, it can be in the form of presentation, whether it is individual presentation or group presentation. The teacher can give one topic for one student, and the student will be allowed to have individual presentation in front of the class. And also, in the group presentation, one topic will be given to the group, and the group will prepare one PowerPoint, and the group will explain a lot of things in relation to the materials in the class. All of those activities can be observed and recorded in order to find data, in order to explore data in doing discourse analysis. Another important setting in doing discourse analysis is in the seminar or conference. We can go to the national seminar or to the international conference. In the conference or in the seminar, there will be speakers or presenters who are going to explain about their topic or their PowerPoint presentation about their research project. And of course, there will be audience or participants who are going to listen and maybe ask questions to the presenters. And in the universities, students are also required to have a kind of seminar for their research project. At the end of their study, they will have to conduct one research project, and of course they will have a seminar for that, research proposal seminar, research finding seminar, and also the final exam for their research. Next is about the children conversation. Remember that the way the children communicate among themselves or with the other people can become a good focus, a good setting for observation in doing discourse analysis. We can focus on the way the children communicate among themselves at home or maybe in their neighborhood when they are playing to each other. We can also focus on the school children, especially in the kindergarten or in the elementary school, from the way the teacher communicates to the children or the way the children communicate to the teachers. That can become the good focus of setting in doing discourse analysis. And the focus of doing discourse analysis in the children conversation can be, for example, by focusing on the politeness or in the impoliteness, the expressions which are polite or impolite among the children when they communicate to each other. And also, we can concentrate on the communication strategies of the children which they apply in order to communicate to the other children or to the older people. Next is about the use of media for communication. That will become the good setting of observation in doing discourse analysis. For example, communication by using printed media such as magazine or newspaper. So, news report or articles in the magazine or in the newspaper can be observed for the work of doing discourse analysis. And another one is in the form of online communication. I think some of us are very familiar with the use of WhatsApp for communication. So here we can concentrate on the use of languages, the way people communicate through WhatsApp. For example, the way the teacher and the students communicate through WhatsApp. And the use of channel of communication such as YouTube can become the good setting of communication, which can be observed in the work of doing discourse analysis. And don't forget, the use of social media, which is very familiar among us, will become the good setting of observation in doing discourse analysis. You can see the updates in the Facebook, or you can also observe the comments of the people in the Twitters, and you can bring it into analysis. And another setting for communication which can be observed beside the other settings that I have explained before is in the courtroom. So the activities of the judge, the victims, or the suspects of the criminal cases, or the lawyers can be observed in order to get data to investigate for certain topic in doing discourse analysis. And the medical setting, the conversations between the doctors and the patients in the clinics or in the hospital, the way the doctors ask questions to the patients, and also the way the patients ask questions to the doctors, that can become good settings for communication which can be observed for the work of doing discourse analysis. Well, that's all about my explanation about the setting of communication in doing discourse analysis. Of course, there will be other more settings which can be explored for the work of doing discourse analysis. Hi all, welcome back to the series of doing discourse analysis. In this session, I'm going to discuss about another important aspect in doing discourse analysis, that is about the topics or the issues which can be observed and analyzed by using the work of discourse analysis. I hope before watching this video, you have already watched the previous videos, especially the video about the settings in discourse analysis, because the topics or the issues which can be observed in doing discourse analysis will be related to the settings of communications. The first aspect which can be observed or analyzed by using the work of discourse analysis is about politeness. And whenever we are talking about politeness, we can also talk about impoliteness. In my opinion, politeness is the act of showing respect, whether by using verbal communication or non-verbal communication, whenever we are interacting or communicating to each other. And the main focus is to maintain good relation and to maintain the good flow of communication. That is politeness in my opinion. And in doing discourse analysis, aspect of politeness and impoliteness can be analyzed by using some theoretical background. In analyzing politeness for the work of discourse analysis, we can apply some theoretical background. For example, the theory of Brown-Levinson, 1987, about face-saving view. According to Brown-Levinson, politeness is the act of avoiding face-threatening acts. So whenever we are communicating to each other, we need to save our face, and also we need to save other people's face. So there will be no problems in communication. And in analyzing politeness for the work of discourse analysis, Brown and Levinson proposed 4 kinds of politeness strategies. They are positive politeness, negative politeness, off record, and ball on record. We can apply all of them, or maybe we can take one important strategy for analysis. For example, the use of greeting as positive politeness, or the use of apology as negative politeness. And for the impoliteness, we can apply the theory of Culpeper, in which one of the indicators of being impolite is by ignoring people. And remember, because this is qualitative research design, it's possible for us to argue critically, to explore more and more, so later we are able to produce new strategies or politeness strategies that are different from the theories that we have discussed. The second important issue which can be observed and analyzed by using the work of discourse analysis is speech act. In Indonesian language, speech act is commonly known as tindak tutur, which is actually the relationship between words and action. So, whenever we are saying something, it means that we are also doing it. To analyze speech act in the work of discourse analysis, we may apply some theories of speech acts that have been proposed by some scholars. Some of them are by John Austin and John Searle. John Austin, for example, divided speech acts into 3 types. One is illocutionary act, locutionary act, and forlocutionary act. And John Searle divided speech acts into 5 types. They are representative, directives, declaratives, commissive, and expressive. The third issue which can be analyzed by using the work of discourse analysis is speech style. Speech style here is the way of communicating which will be very different from one to another. Someone likes to be very formal and someone likes to be very informal. And to analyze speech style in the work of discourse analysis, we can apply some theories. For example, the theory of speech style by Martin Joos, in which speech style is divided into 5 types. They are frozen style, formal style, consultative style, intimate style, and casual styles. And of course, we can apply some other theoretical background in order to analyze the speech style in communication. The next topic or issue which can be investigated for the work of discourse analysis is communication strategies. Communication strategy here is the strategy of creating effective communication in order to reduce the problems of communication. And there have been a lot of scholars who have promoted the theories of communication strategies. One of them is Dorney and Scott, 1997, in which there are 3 types of communication strategies. They are direct strategy, indirect strategy, and interactional strategy. And of course, we can apply some other theories of communication strategy in order to analyze communication strategies in communication. Next issue, which may be very interesting in the work of discourse analysis, is the use of humor for communication. Remember, humor here is one strategy for communication. However, we must be very careful because humor can create negative effect in communication. And to analyze the use of humor in communication, we can apply some theories of humor. For example, one theory by Wenzel and Primer in 1999, in which there are 4 types of humor. The first one is related humor, the second one is unrelated humor, the third one is self-disparaging humor, and the last one is unplanned humor. And of course, we can search other references for the theories of humor which can be used in order to analyze the use of humor in communication. Another interesting issue in the work of discourse analysis is about the discussion on language and gender. It is exactly about the influence of gender differences in the way men and women communicate to each other. Here, in the work of discourse analysis, we can apply the theory of women's language. For example, the theory of women's language by Lakoff in 1976, in which there are some characteristics of women's language. For example, the use of hypercorrect grammar, rising intonation, tag question, lexical hedges, emphatic stress, and those characteristics are not mostly found in the way men communicate to each other. And of course, there will be some other theories about language and gender which can be used for exploration in the work of discourse analysis. Well, that's all for my explanation in this session. I will continue my explanation in the next video. because there are still many other topics or issues which can be observed and explored and analyzed in the work of discourse analysis. So, I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi all, welcome back students. Welcome back to the series of doing discourse analysis. In this time, I'd like to continue my explanations about some issues which can be observed by using discourse analysis. In the last video, I have already explained some of the issues, for example, politeness, impoliteness, speech act, speech style, communication strategies, humor, and language and gender. And in this video, I would like to explain some other issues which can also be observed by using discourse analysis. They are conversational implicature, small talk, bilingual issues, nonverbal communications, and language and power. The first one is conversational implicature. Conversational implicature is indirect or implicit speech act, and this is based on the theory of Paul Gray's cooperative principle. In the cooperative principle, speakers and listeners need to cooperate each other in order to get successful interaction in communication. And in doing discourse analysis, this conversational implicature need to be interpreted in order to get implied meaning. In analyzing conversational implicature, for the work of discourse analysis, you can concentrate on one particular setting of communication. For example, conversational implicature in the classroom interaction. And here, you can focus on the teachers and students' utterances which are implied, and then you analyze the meanings of those implied utterances. Next is the issue on nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is one of the interesting issues which can be observed by using discourse analysis. There are many kinds of nonverbal communications. For example, your eye contact, your smiles, facial expressions, your body language, gestures, your standing positions, or maybe your physical appearance. All of those issues can be observed in discourse analysis. And of course, here you may need videos in order to capture the use of nonverbal communication. One of the examples here is nonverbal communication by the teachers and the students in the class. And then you can record by using video recording the activities of the teacher and the students in the class, and then you can capture the use of non-verbal communication by them. For example, the way the teacher used smile in the class. Or another interesting issue which is also important in doing discourse analysis is small talk. Small talk here is a kind of informal way of communicating which can be used for social interaction. This term was promoted by Malinowski in 1923, which was known as fatigue communion. And in doing discourse analysis, you can observe the way people use small talk in communication, for example, in one social organization. Or you can also observe the way people use small talk in mass media or in social media. The next issue which can be observed by using discourse analysis is bilingual issue. For example, the case of code switching or code mixing. Code switching or code mixing here is the use of two or more languages in one communicative situation. So, for example, in the class, the teacher can use two languages to communicate with the students, for example, by using Indonesian and sometimes use English for conversations. Here, that can become the focus of investigation or analysis in doing discourse analysis. Next is the issue on language and power. Here, you can discuss about the relationship between language and power, aspects such as social status, age differences, and some other aspects in a community can influence the power of the language used in a particular community. So, for example, you can concentrate on the use of speech levels in one particular community, or maybe an interesting issue is about the use of code crossing. For example, one particular community can use high code or low code in communicating, and of course that can relate to the issue of politeness or impoliteness. Well, I have already explained some of the issues which can be observed in doing discourse analysis. I have explained, for example, the use of conversational implicature, the use of small talk, bilingual issues, nonverbal communication, and also the issues in relation to language and power. Of course, there are some other issues which can be observed or analyzed by using discourse analysis.